Everyone needs food for survival, and that is why the Lagos state government is paying attention to the agricultural sector by supporting farmers, particularly those into rice, poultry, and aquaculture business, to help increase food production both in the state and Nigeria.
Agriculture is fundamental for sustainable development and poverty reduction, which is also an avenue to create jobs. The Lagos state government is taking advantage of this sector by empowering farmers through its agro-processing, productivity enhancement and livelihood improvement support project, Appeals. Appeals team is on a working visit to the communities where some of the farmers under the state agriculture value chain are carrying out their businesses. Their first port of call is Okgallow in Lekki Local Council Development Area, where ofada rice is planted on over 500 hectares of land. Net has been provided for the farmers to cover up their produce. This farmland is run by a group of farmers, and one of them tells us how Appeals projects has supported their business.
This is a demonstration of what Appeals, Lagos State, branch did. Gave us net to cover our products or our plants in order to chase away the weaver bed. Weaver bed is a major challenge of the rice farmer throughout the world. But, Lagos Appeal team did wonderful. This initiative, sounds so louder to the extent that crop of farmers are coming out now. Queue on the long line to benefit from what they have been doing. So we say big thank you to Lagos Appeal team. The farm here is over 500 hectares of land, definitely is beyond manual cultivation. So we operated mechanically. The worth of this investment in cash, approximately we should be talking of about 350 million naira. 2 months, in the next 2 months we are going to harvest. And the way things go, we are sure that we will get nothing less than 2.5-3 tons per hectare. And the reasonable person must be able to do the calculation. So if we calculate that into 500 hectares, then one should know what we are saying.
From here is off to Ekpe. Ekpe is a town and local government area in Lagos State, located on the north side of the Lekki Lagoon. This time a team visits a community in Ekpe at Origon, meets with another set of rice farmers who have been supported with rice seed to boost their production.
This is a sample, and we are seeing the background there.
The State Project Coordinator of Appeals says the initiative is targeted at improving the rice value chain with modern technology for increased food security.
2 years ago, we started by building the capacity of our farmers, especially those farmers in rice production or further rice. What we observed years back was that a lot of our farmers were not getting good yield on their farm. Their yield 2-3 years ago was as low as 1 ton per acre of land. And so this made us to think and look and say, okay, we can actually collaborate with African Rice, IITA, to get good strains. We came back to Lagos, we went to Ise, and we took rice from the farm, from the rice fields, where they were taken back to Ibadan, and a pure strain was developed. This pure strain has been purified by African Rice and given to our farmers. We have supported our farmers not just with the pure strain, we supported them with herbicides, fertilizers, pesticides and all of that, just to ensure that they get good results. And today what we have is we were able to even get beyond 2.5 ton on an hectare of land. And what it simply means is that going forward, our farmers do not have to patronize quacks for rice seeds. They are sure that they can get good variety, pure strain of a further rice. We have linked the farmers with an outgrower who is going to store these seeds so that they are not adulterated, and then the viability is not lowered. And at the end of the day, I'm sure that our rice farmers will have success stories all the way. This is Ofada rice. We have Faro 44. Ofada rice is a rice that most people would prefer, as against the Faro 44. If you go to most parties, in fact, people would always ask for Ofada rice because of its nutritional benefits and all of that. So in terms of food security, yes, we have quite a number of clusters in Lagos that are already growing Ofada rice. And as a result of our intervention, more lands are being opened right now. And I'm sure that in the next 1-2 years, we would have 100% adoption rate. And that would automatically translate to more Ofada rice in Lagos State.
Some representatives of different clusters expressed their gratitude over the quality of Ofada rice strain given to them.
I've been in this business for over 16 years, and I've been in different programs with Lagos State, Fadama, this and that. But we always have low yieldings in terms of the seed given to us. Hardly on 1 hectare we have just 1 tons of rice, 1.5 tons. But with this API project now, I can say, in fact, it's very okay. Because just with the starting, we get about 2.5 tonnage of rice, 3 tons of rice on hectares. In fact, for over 2 years or 3 years, now many of our people have stepped back for farming. But today, many of them are coming back. So it's very good. Because as I'm talking to you now, we have seek about 400 hectares of land in this area for this API program now.
Although from what we've been doing before, the output is usually very low, to the point that we felt even like living rice farming. But when appeals came, we found out that the new improved seed that they brought to us, in fact, even with one hectare of land, you can get like 2.5 tons of paddy. So with appeals now, at least we've been more encouraged to go back to rice farming. I'm a master's degree holder. I didn't just come into agriculture because I don't have anything to do. It's actually, I have a passion for it. But the first thing is I would advise the youth to go back. In fact, as a nation, we started, before the adventure of crude oil, we started from agriculture. And I implore the youth that they should go back to agriculture. We hope that the government can also encourage them. But as a youth, the days of I don't have anything to do or I'm jobless or things like that, I think we should put a stop to that. We at least go back to farming, and I pray that with our efforts we can be able to put the nation back to the same position we were before.
The International Institute of Tropical Agriculture is collaborating with Appeals by training farmers in Lagos to produce good quality of Ofada rice.
When a material is developed for ecosystem, it's developed for all ecosystem in Africa, in Nigeria. Take for example, we have rice production ecology. So we take consideration of the rice production ecology before that material is developed. And when it's developed, what is good in Ibadan is good in Lagos. What is good in the northern state is good in the southeastern state. But the difference is the management practices. For example, Faro 44 is one of the key materials that was developed over the years and released in Nigeria. People have been using it, and they have up to 7 to 8 tons, metric tons, but minimum hectarage that you can get from 1 hectare. If you don't go through the proper agronomic practices, you get 4 to 6 metric tons per hectare. Now, comparing what Africa Rice have purified for appeal project, we have to do a lot of sorting development to ensure that most of these materials, we calculate per square meter how many panicle that I grow per square meter give me a yield of this. It's not just a small work, plant rice and remove. If 10 panicle from this rice is giving me this yield, how many panicle will it give me if I plant 1 hectare? So that is what, based on that, we decided to map to select what is good for Lagos State based on the need. Generally, our father rice is low yielding. Now, out of the low yielding material, there are a lot of mixtures. We decided to, okay, can we bring something good out of our local materials we have? And that is what we are seeing today. So this purification give us now, our father rice have not gone more than 1.2, 800 kg per hectare. But now they are recording 2.53 metric tons.
Next is the Training Institute at Araga Ekpe, where the team is here to encourage the beneficiaries, who are people with disability, involved in aquaculture, poultry and rice.
Lagos State is the only state that is doing 170 people living with disability. Our Mr. Governor went the extra mile to support additional 85. The training, the empowerment, everything fully funded by the Lagos State government. So you can see that we have a governor that is very passionate about people with disability. And so I believe that in the next couple of months, we would have multi-millionaires amongst you. And we know that you would also impact other people's lives.
Some of them expressed their readiness to make good use of the knowledge gained to increase the productivity level in Lagos.
We do the plowing for the bed in order to do the nursery for rice plants. When you want to plant rice, you do broadcasting or you do transplanting. From that, if you want to do transplanting, you do a nursery whereby you grow it a little. You now replant it into the space or acres or hectares that you want to plant it. So we learned it here today, and we've continued the learning till today. And I want to appreciate the initiators, those initiate the program, especially those people that deem it fit to remember we that are specially created by God. Because for a long time, things have not been easy for many of us. But we thank God that we have governments now that take it into their priority to remind us and allow us to be part and parcel of the society.
We expect government to empower us so that the knowledge we gain here will not be wasteful, with many things that can be helpful for our future in this our aquatic program.
Apart from the empowerment program that the government has given to us in order to help our future, the government should also prepare something called the health scheme for the disabilities, so that it will empower us more to be stronger, to do more things.
Poultry farmers also shared their views about the training.
It's been wonderful. From the director of program here to those at the appeals office in Agege local government, they've been wonderfully well. They've been disability friendly, because in every structure and everything being done here, they put us into consideration and they made the place very much conducive for us. Now, coming back to me as a poultry farmer, it's a much needed opportunity, because as a person living with disability, I will be able to stand on my feet and thereby giving back to the society. Giving back to the society means I'll be able to employ more people on my field, thereby curbing unemployment rates down a bit in my home business.
They've thought out about many things that we didn't know about it before. So it has helped us a lot about this farming and agricultural as a whole. We need to put it in action. So since they've decided they're going to empower us in financial aspect of it, so we establish the business so we can stand on our own.
This initiative is the first edition for the people living with disability, and the director of the institute explains why government is empowering them.
As to this program, to us, it's going to be a special program, because this is the first time we are hosting people with disabilities. And it's a great challenge to us, which we have been able to rise, and make sure that at least we meet their needs. And also that has also given us the opportunity to select, because we have to think of how to communicate to them ideas and the knowledge that we want to put in place and the skills. So what we have been able to do, that has assisted us to be able to be selective in the kind of people that will lecture them, even in the classroom, in the demonstration farms, because what we expect them to do is to be able to stand on their own, and be able to provide for their families. And since they have chosen agriculture, so we're making it easy for them to be able to adapt to situations that they're likely to find around their personal farms.
The objective of the Appeals project is to enhance agricultural productivity of small and medium-scale farmers, improve value addition along priority value chains in Lagos State.